Hey, BR Tidwell 55 here. I'll apologize up front. The title of this video, Desktop Linux is Dead, is a bit misleading. It's not dead. It's actually alive and well, but it's only alive and well in a very small niche. I'm talking about desktop Linux here. Linux itself is thriving. Runs most of the servers that run the internet, back office applications, live and well there, and it's alive and well on these things too. Linux kernel powers Android, and Android powered devices, I'd have to look up the numbers, but have a very significant portion of the lion's share. Now, before you start slinging arrows at me, I use desktop Linux. Right now I'm running Linux Mint 16, and I like it. I like it a lot. The thing is, though, is I'm a hobbyist. What I like about Linux, or what I like about desktop Linux, is it gives me a degree of control over my computer, over my desktop environment, that you just don't get with any flavor of Windows. A lot of reasons why I think Linux will always, desktop Linux will always be a niche. I mean, first of all, you look at enterprise. Microsoft has a stranglehold on the enterprise, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. It's also pervasive in home use. I think probably 90% of the computers that get bought have come with some flavor with either Windows 7 or now Windows 8 pre-installed. So, most people, they want a computer. They're going to go to Walmart. They're going to go to Target. Maybe go to Best Buy. They're going to buy a computer and they're going to bring it home, and lo and behold, it's going to have Windows on it, and that'll be good enough for their needs. Most people are not going to mess with tweaking around their computers, like, well, probably anybody who's watching this video will. So that being said, what happened? What killed desktop Linux? Well, if you think back to about, say 2007, new class of computers hit the market. Netbooks. Small, light, had a low power processor, low on memory, but they were good enough for, say, the road warrior, people who travel a lot. They're good enough to get on the internet, check your email, do Facebook. I think MySpace was still big at the time. They were good for social networking. And when they came out, they had most of them ran Windows XP, but some of them, Dell was selling a netbook for a long time that came with a version of Ubuntu. And people said, finally, this is going to change everything. People are going to get a hold of those netbooks. They're going to fall in love with Ubuntu, with that particular flavor of Linux, and and then people are going to want the same environment on their netbook that they have on their tower computer at home, and it's going to be great. Well, that never materialized, and for a couple of reasons. One, about that, in 2007, Windows XP was basically on its last legs. Don't get me wrong, I love Windows XP as far as a Microsoft product goes, but Windows Vista was coming out, and you know what? Vista was too fat, too slow. It was too fat, and it just hogged too many resources to run on what netbooks at the time could run. So there's that. Also, a lot of people were saying, well, this netbook market is so huge, Apple's got to get in the game. Apple's got to come out with a netbook. But Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, when asked about it, said, hey, I don't know how to make a laptop that doesn't suck for under $500. And that was the thing, and that was the other attractive feature about netbooks, is they were cheap. I mean, you could get a decent netbook for around $350-400. So instead of making a netbook or a small cheap laptop, Apple came out with the iPad. And the base iPad, when it first rolled out, was at $499. So even though Steve Jobs didn't make a laptop for under $500 that didn't suck, he made a tablet for under $500 technically that didn't suck. And credit to Apple, they even though tablet form factor computers had existed, Apple did what they did best. They took the concept, they refined it, put their geniuses to work as far as industrial design and user interface design. Put the already popular iOS on it, and made it work. This is about 08, 09, I think. So really, I think the only chance that desktop Linux had to get going was on netbooks. But tablets kind of killed netbooks. People still make them, but I think if you compare netbook sales to tablet sales, I don't think it's any contest. So anyway, that's my opinion as to why desktop Linux is dead, except for a few diehard holdouts like me. Hey, this is BR Tidwell 55, and thanks for watching.